So I'm sure everyone would have heard about a pie plot, pie chart, right? So in the school itself, we know that what is pie chart. So pie chart, again, I don't know why I'm keeping this. It's not necessary here. So fine, let's understand this. Anyway, all the libraries I'm importing, necessary libraries, and I'm keeping the same data set, right? Same data set and dropping it and just to print this head method. All right. We will use a different data sets, guys. Don't think that, okay, every time why are you using the iris? So we have a different data sets. We'll use that as well. So now I wanted to plot a pie chart or a pie plot. So what I'm going to do, how pie plot usually looks, this is some portion this much and other portion this, different we can think of 25% of this, 30% or 29%, whatever it is, right? So this is how the format of this pie chart. So if I want to plot it, I need, as I shown, I need this data, I need this data, I need this and things like that, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick one row data here. How? Data frame dot ilog index location. We discussed in the pandas. Ilog. So which index? Zeroth index. Zeroth index. Take all this data. Okay. And storing in the D. So this is how it looks like. Right? 5.1, 3.5, 1.402. Right? So I have selected only this much of data. So how I'm going to write it? D dot plot dot pie. Pie is basically for the pie plot. And even if you don't, you also find here I'm giving 8,8. Let's execute this. So what happened here? So this is a sepal length 5.1. Sepal length. This is acquiring 5.1 portion. That's that much of a space. Petal width, how much? Petal width 0.2. Very small portion. Similarly, petal length and sepal width. Right? This is a simple concept, pie chart. And again, we have a questions here. So how do you know that it's a 51%? How do you know that this is 2%, 0%, 1%? Right? Yes, we can go back and check the data set, but that is not the right way. I want everything to be printed here. Right? So let's check that as well. So before that, if I want to plot data for pie charts, so here what I did, okay, I used df dot head method. I need 3 rows. Then I say dot t. What is this? This is a transpose. What does it do? So it will change rows into columns, columns into rows. What? Change rows into columns, columns into rows. So here you can see, so these are all our indexes, 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So rows, and these are the columns. So now when I say dot t, you can see that our rows have become a column and columns are in the place of rows. So using dot t. So I'm just converting it so that I can explain something different, right? There is no relation between pi and dot t, okay? Don't think that they are connected. So this is a different types of a data. So now what I do, if I have this type of a data, how it will work? Earlier we took only this one row data, and if I have this much, let's take a d dot plot dot pie. Now I know that it is going to generate 4 different types of a pie chart. So now I'm going to say subplots. because it is going to generate multiple plots. So that time I am going to use this parameter subplots equal to true. Subplots equal to true because I am going to plot more than one graph, more than one chart. So that's why I'm using subplots equal to true. Let's execute this. You can see, you can see that 3 columns, right? So earlier we had a 4 columns. In this case, we had 4 columns data. So now we have a 3 columns data. All right. So now we'll try to understand one by one. So since we have transposed it, so let's look into this sepal length, petal width and petal length and sepal width. So this is 5.1. Still we have that question that how to generate this 5.1 within this graph itself, right? I'll talk about that. So here we are trying to understand this subplots. We have 4 rows. We have to cover 4 different data. And how many? We have 3 columns, 0, 1, 2. For this 0, let's look into this data. 5.1, right? 3.5 sepal width. Petal width is 0.2. This is 0.2. Petal length is 1.4. Similarly for this guy and this guy. Color coding is already given, right? So this way I will be able to interpret. But ideally, right, if you look into this kind of a plot, it doesn't give a very good impression. So usually what we do, we take one at a time. One at a time. We are not that much in a hurry that, okay, plot everything once. Obviously, I have to look one chart at a time. Maybe it will take a couple of minutes extra to code it, but still that is the best idea. But there are cases where you need to plot subplots, right? Yeah, in that case, you can use this parameter. You have to set it to true, right? Fine. Now let's try to understand how to bring a percentage inside the chart itself, inside the chart. What I'm going to do, I'm going to write the same concept, same code. I'm not changing anything. Maybe I change the figure size. Yeah, that doesn't matter, right? So you can give different sizes. Here I'm adding font size. I'm sure everyone realize what I mean. Font size and auto PCT. Auto percent or auto PCT is the parameter that will help us to write those percentage inside the pie chart. I will explain this. Okay, just hold on. Let's execute this. So here you can see the same thing, same graphs, right? Whatever you are seeing, everything is plotted below. So now you can see 50, 2%, 13.7, 34.3, right? All the numbers are displayed. So here, font size you can increase and decrease. So you will change the difference yourself. So one, I said percentage should be in the quotes dot 1F. What is 1F? So it means that only one decimal point. So after 51, right, dot only one digit. After 50, dot only one digit. So you will see only one digit after dot. So if I change it to 2, now you can see 2 digits after this dot. Dot 58, dot 11, dot 74, 2 digits, right? So that I can control here. The format, the syntax is auto percentage is the parameter equals to, in the quotes, percentage dot 2, right? So you can control 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 5, 6, depending upon your need, you can do that. So now this I can call it as a complete pie chart. I have all the information, right? So that is the idea behind a pie chart here.